how's it going? Today we are on Lummi Island again. I'm going to link the original Lummi Island video up above here and you can check that out. But today I've got a new face for you. This is Hannah.
Hi.
We're going to be doing more of the outdoorsy things here. We're going to do a couple hikes. We're going to check out the 3 public beaches here on Lummi Island. And we're going to kind of just enjoy this day. It's kind of beautiful. It's not too sunny, but it's pretty...
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's pretty much perfect.
Yeah. And so for the people who want to come over here, bring your bike. It's only $7 round trip on the ferry. So if you bring that bike with you, you can bike around Lummi Island. It's a gorgeous island to bike on. And then there's 3 hiking spots. I have 1 that I've already done and then 2 that we're going to do today, hopefully. And there's 3 nice beaches. So Lummi Island is a great place to come do, you know, wine tasting and eating and whatnot, but it's also a nice place to come do some outdoor activities. So come with us and let's see what we can find. Yay. I don't know if you can see them, but there's some Hieland coos out there. Those cute little shaggy Scottish cows. They have quite a few up here in Washington. I think they do pretty well out here. Okay, well, I'm gonna pop in here to say that I actually came a day early in order to hike the Baker Preserve Trail, which is here on Lummi Island. It's a bit of a steep hike. I started it with my friend Teresa, and it was snowing, so we didn't have the right shoes for that. Just walking around Lummi Island is almost satisfying enough. You see many eagles out here and blue herons as well, so there's a lot of beautiful birds to check out, and the greenery is impeccable. It gets a little chilly out here, so make sure you bring a jacket, and it can get windy, so hopefully my mic will pick up some audio for my audio, not the wind's audio. The only public restroom that I know of is actually at the ferry depot, and it's pretty clean. They definitely have some at the restaurants, but you probably have to pay to use those. It is about a 45 to 50 minute walk to the actual trailhead from the ferry depot, so be prepared for a little bit of up and down before you actually get there. I have heard that there have been bear sightings here on Lummi Island, like once a year. I don't think you have to worry too much about that. And of course, with any hike, make sure you bring enough water, layers, and a bit of food. Be prepared for anything. And there, out in the distance, you can barely see it, is Bellingham. We are across the bay from Bellingham on Lummi Island. And then you're wandering just down the street and you see a sculpture garden. Apparently the metal art is for sale. Metal art for sale. They have these beautiful little walkways with metal benches so you can sit down and really enjoy the art. And the view, honestly. The entrance is over there. Drive around and exit here. So when you come here, you have to actually sign in and sign out so they know who all's on the trails. So you sign in and sign out here. Here is a map. Other information. They also have, let's see, maps you can carry with you. And make sure you put it back when you leave. It looks like you start at 50-foot elevation and you end at 1,050-foot elevation. So it is a 1,000-foot elevation gain. I'm starting my hike. Here we go. Once you pass that first marker, you'll see that it levels out a bit. It's a bit steep towards the beginning. As you can see, I haven't quite recovered from my winter self yet. This is quite possibly one of the most beautiful views I have ever. It's just gorgeous, and honestly, this hike is perfect if you just end it here at the overlook. I know that there is probably a way to get up to Mount Baker Peak, but this is enough. This is incredible. This is, you know, this is that awe moment that you always want when you reach the top of a hill. So the only thing that could make this better right now is that if there was a cabana boy here to bring me a drink, that would be nice. So to get to Lummi Peak, you need to pass this, and you just keep going. Not quite sure how much further it is, but this isn't restricted land. Once you get out to the logging roads, it's not all that pretty. There's a lot of trash, so that's a bit disappointing. And just the landscape is kind of not as nice. I think that that's Lummi Peak over there. I'm guessing this is a logging road. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not quite sure how to get to Lummi Peak. And honestly, at this point, it's getting a little later in the day and I don't want to get lost. I'm gonna turn around and head back because I'm not really, it's kind of depressing with all the trash around here and the logging. It's just kind of made it a little unappealing for a hike. Not as serene and enjoyable. So I'm gonna head on back now. See, I've been hiking, I think I got to the trailhead around 12:30, and it's about 2:30 now. So I've been, you know, just taking my time meandering along. At this point, most of the hike is downhill, so it should be a little quicker to get down and be a little more relaxing. So I've got to say, up until you get to the point where the state land ends, it's a beautiful hike. Gorgeous through the woods. And then once you get to that point, it's not as nice. It's definitely not nearly as pretty. It gets warmer because there's a lot less tree cover. So on a hot day, that wouldn't be nearly as fun. Not as much greenery. So if you're looking for a beautiful hike, stick to the state land. So when I was passing back into the state preserved land, I came up with an analogy of kind of how it feels to go from that land that's been logged to the state game land. And it kind of feels like, if you know Lion King, going from the Pride Lands to the elephant graveyard where all the hyenas are and stuff, it feels like that. I'm sure it's all psychological, but it's nice to be back in the Pride Lands. Hey Burl, how you doing? Hop in, Hannah.
I'll go.
I don't know if I'll go, but it's not too cold actually.
It's pretty good, actually. I wouldn't be in long if I went.
It is really pretty. Oh, what's that little thing? Somebody's house?
Oh, yeah, it does look like it.
That
That'd be a nice spot, wouldn't it?
That wouldn't be terrible, that's for sure. The view of Mount Baker and the Twin Sisters is incredible today. Our next stop is the Sunset Beach, and it is right across from the Willows Inn. You can park across from the Willows Inn. I think that these parking spots are open to the public. It doesn't say that they're not. And the walkway down to the beach is just down here, past the Willows Inn, if you're going south. And Sunset Beach is open to the public. It has a little bit of a climb down, so if you have mobility issues, maybe skip this one. There it is. And then when the tide's in, like it looks like it is today, you can't really go as far out. When the tide is out, There are some great tide pools here. I've had so much fun just looking in the tide pools for hours, so I definitely recommend coming here when the tide is out because it's really, really beautiful. And then they call this beach Sunset Beach for a reason. This is one of the best places to check out the sunsets here on Lummi Island. It is incredible, and I feel like in Washington we have some of the best sunsets in the world. First impressions, Hannah?
Absolutely beautiful.
All right.
I love it already.
Yeah, this is a beautiful beach, and then when the waves are really rolling, man, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I'd want to be down here when the waves are really rolling.
Probably not too much, no.
No, a little scary. But the tide pools are over there. When the tide goes out, that whole area is tide pools. It's really awesome. So come do that when you're in the area.
And we're back. So I was just telling Amy, this is a pretty amazing beach. I think it's pretty easy to get down if you have good stability. But as she mentioned earlier, if ambulation is a problem, do not come down this hill.
Ambulation.
Moving. If you're not good at walking around, don't walk down this hill. It's a bad idea. But it's definitely, for those of you that can, it's definitely a great place to pack up a picnic and spend the day here. Perfect for swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Little cold.
A little bit chilly right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how warm it actually will get.
All right, so next we're gonna head to our third public beach, which is actually kind of hidden. So you can park at the First Congressional Church and then walk down to the beach. Okay, so here is the entrance to the beach. You're just gonna follow that pathway down that way to get to the beach. The labyrinth is over there, and then this is the back of the church. We've parked back here. And just be aware that when you're here, it is open to the public to come down to the beach. It's public access. They don't mind you using their parking lot, but you are in a private property of the church, so just be respectful because this is their property and they're just allowing people to use it. Snails! A whole bunch of little snails doing their thing. Their snaily thing. Wow, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they sure are.
Are these guys invasive? I don't know. It's turned into a nature documentary.
Yeah.
Found some petrified wood.
That's pretty cool.
Like in cement or something like that. It looks like petrified wood.
I'm glad we have a nerd to tell us what stuff is because I wouldn't know.
I am a nerd.
I don't know what any of this stuff
Such a nerd. What is that? Like a little just abandoned. Well, now it's a hangout, right? Looks like they painted that. There's a story here. I don't know what it is, but there is a story here.
Got
As
a whole
far
lot
as-
of rocks here.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, definitely not good if you're not good at walking. If you have poor balance, not the beach for you. It's not that, it's easily accessible, but there's so much driftwood you're gonna have to climb over.
Yeah.
And then the rocks are pretty unstable, so
Yeah, not good for sunbathing.
yeah, just
Yeah.
be careful.
But you know, pretty. Views are gorgeous here. And on a clear day, I bet it's just, you can see really, really far. So we are at Auto Preserve, and it looks really cute. Actually, it is hard to find.
Very hard to find.
There's a little teeny sign, the little wooden sign, probably about this big when you're driving down the road. So try to use your GPS, and it's fairly accurate. So just know that when it says Auto Preserve, there's a little driveway that comes in. And it looks like there's actually a ranger station or something here, which is kind of neat. So I've never been here yet. I heard there's like a loop trail here, so we're gonna go check it out and
Let's get to it.
maybe hopefully not find any bears.
We'll see what happens.
Big trees. This maple is like
Massive.
huge. I can't even show you from side to side how big it is. Yeah, so here's the little informational booth telling you about it.
No mushroom picking. Keep
Oh.
that in mind.
Hannah, don't you go picking mushrooms. How cute. Okay, this is adorable. So, and look, they even have free walking sticks.
Oh, and look at this. Borrow a clipper to trim the trails as you walk.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm guessing you get them inside there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to go check out this tree because I'm just in awe. And look, they even got little chairs down here for you to sit and enjoy it and all. It's wow. There's no words. Except awesome and cool and wow. And there's also some nice steep hiking parts, so you get your heart rate going here.
Yeah, I'm definitely moving pretty fast. Remember to take little breaks and remind yourself to breathe.
Yeah, and bring water.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring any water. Yeah, poison oak is awful. I've gotten it quite a few times.
It was like all these heavy little raised bumps.
We were just commenting on the fact that Washington does not, at least to my experience, have any poison oak here. And I was telling Hannah that it actually depends on, so poison oak likes heat and sun. So in areas in California where it has a lot of exposure to sun, it'll grow there like rampant. And it also depends on the elevation. At certain elevations, you will not find poison oak anymore. Here, it really doesn't have those. It's too wet and a little colder than poison oak likes here.
And that's good. That's one less thing to worry about.
But here you get stinging nettle, which I don't like. And then blackberry bushes. Those are really pretty. I don't know enough about the plants, but I had a guy recently tell me about like what you can eat and what you can't, and he was showing me the different plants that, you know, are actually edible that a lot of the natives would eat around here. There's one that kind of tastes like cucumber, and then of course there's a whole bunch of berries here in Washington, which is nice. Salmon berries, thimbleberries, blackberries, wild blackberries, and the non-wild ones. There's lots of fun stuff. Then there's mushrooms, but be really knowledgeable about mushrooms before you try and eat those.
I don't like the mushrooms that look like brain.
Which ones are those?
I don't even know what they're called. They just look like brain matter.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, it's like that slime gel stuff. Yeah. Slime molds, yeah, those are cool. Oh, this is the ones I'm talking about. So those, if you pick them out and eat the root of them, those are edible. You could eat those. So, just not very good.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot to fill up, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I guess if you're stuck in the woods, it's something to eat. And then I was also told, here now I'm really super getting nerdy, that if you get stinging nettle in your skin, take some of the fern and rub the bottom of the fern on your skin, and it should help with the stinging nettle pain. So these are spittle bugs, and they create this little foamy, I guess, spittle, and that's where they lay their eggs. And I don't remember what they look like as adults, but I'll have to find a picture and add it in here. But this time of the year, you get spittle bugs all throughout the grasses, and when you're walking through, you get spittle bugs all over you. There's another little teeny tiny sign, Curry Preserve. Here we go. Don't blink or you'll miss it. As I kill us.
Not supposed to use your phone while you're driving, Amy.
Here, wait, take it from me. No parking. So where am I supposed to park? Oh, here. There's one parking spot.
One nice,
Perfect parking spot just for me.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Curry Preserve, and they've got this beautiful... Okay, so she said that there was a walkway up there that goes to a dirt road or something like that. And then it looks like it's a pretty easy just meander, which is kind of nice.
It's hard to get lost, so that's really good. Thank goodness. I do get lost.
Do you really?
I don't look at maps, I just go.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Not even like we're hiking?
No, I just go.
Have you ever gotten lost?
Not yet.
There's a first time for everything, but not here, because here you don't get lost easily.
Don't worry about it here.
Oh, cool. I love that they have this. Is it a public garden?
Yes, so.
This is neat. How beautiful is that? Definitely not more of the, if you want the other, like more of a woodsy hike, you're going to go on Auto Preserve or the Baker Preserve Trail. But this one's just, look at these. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
These are like the size of my head.
What are those?
I don't know. I don't know. These are cool. I don't know the flowers as well. My mom and my aunt are pretty nerdy with flowers. Wow, these are huge. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, I guess so. That's huge.
It looks like it's a private Bob Foder's garden, but I'm guessing that
Public
he allows...
viewing garden.
Yeah, you can look at it. It's beautiful. And he probably has people that help him on the island to maintain it. Because look at this thing. It's just gorgeous, though. I wonder how many problems he has with, like, gophers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably a good place for bird watching if you're a birder. I bet you can see some pretty cool birds out here. You can hear them.
In-house.
Yeah, that's really pretty. I love all these tall grasses. This is cool. So this is a different type of hike, which is nice. It's nice to have the variety here on the island. Looks like it's pretty well maintained. And there's the view. This is a beautiful place for a good view of... Oh, there's Mount Baker behind that tree. So I guess we walked up the trail a little more, we could see the Mount Baker pretty well. And there's the Twin Sisters straight ahead. Twin Sisters, Mount Baker. Here at the top of this little hill is a bit of a bench. You can come here and enjoy the views. And then it goes back further there, but I think we have to get going to hit the ferry so that we get back in time. But I like this place. This is really relaxing, actually. Okay, so what do you think of Lummi Island?
I absolutely love it here, and I'm excited to come back and explore things a little bit better because we had to make it a quick trip. But definitely a lot of nice hiking, casual stroll areas, I guess you could say, nice beaches,
Yeah.
and a few restaurants. So
Yeah.
this is definitely a good day trip if you're not used to islands or not from the area.
It just takes a lot less time to get here than some of the other San Juan Islands, and it's a lot cheaper to take this ferry than it is to take some of the other San Juan Island ferries.
Yeah.
So I feel like Lummi Island is definitely not visited enough for tourists and
Yeah.
for people in general.
Yeah, very underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people are very friendly here. As we're driving around, everybody waves. Everybody's, everybody has been, nice and saying hi and whatnot. So
Yeah.
at least cordial. People are very cordial here. So I highly recommend Lummi Island for your outdoor adventures as well as your indoor adventures, and I will link the other Lummi Island video here. Keep watching if you want to see more of these videos. Click that subscribe button right now. Also hit the notification button so you know the next time one of the videos comes out.
Yeah, you don't want to miss a video, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, we've got a lot of fun places up here in the Pacific Northwest, as well as some of the other trips. And, this place is gorgeous. You want to come visit. So keep watching. I'll give you a lot more tips in the future. And I think next week we have a video coming up about a different part of Washington called Auburn. So I've never been there.
Never even heard of it. So
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that video.
We'll see how it comes. Stay tuned, and we'll see you later. Thank you so much, Hannah, for joining me.
Yeah.
You'll get to see her again. She's going to become someone that goes on a lot of outdoor adventures with me. So we've got a lot of fun things in the future, especially in the Mount Baker area. I think that'd be fun.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Bye.
See ya.